what's up? My name is Ange. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be doing a reading vlog of Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas, which is book number 2 in the Throne of Glass series. I read Throne of Glass, I think, back in March. It's July right now when I'm filming this, and I really just want to finish this series this year, so I gotta try and just get back into it. I just never ended up picking up Crown of Midnight. I don't know why. Like, I love the first book. So this one says, never trust an assassin. Selena Sarduthian won a brutal contest to become the king's champion, but she is far from loyal to the crown. Though she goes to great lengths to hide her secret, her deadly charade becomes more difficult when she realizes she is not the only one seeking justice. Her search for answer ensnares those closest to her, and no one is safe from suspicion. Not the Crown Prince Dorian, not Kale, not the captain of the guard, not even her best friend Nehemia, a princess with a rebel heart. Then, one terrible night, the secrets they have all been keeping led to an unspeakable tragedy. As Selena's world shatters, she will be forced to decide once and for all where her true loyalties lie and what she's willing to fight for. So I am really excited for this now that the world building is done with book number 1. At least I'm assuming that the world building is kind of done. Like, I have the background, basically, knowledge of it, so I think that it'll be easier to continue from here, so I'm super excited to continue. Full spoiler reading vlog as we do here, so let's get into it and let's start reading. Spot, different day. I went outside to go film and read for a little bit, and I walked outside and it is windier than it has been in so long, but I think it's because the storm is coming, but that's completely off topic, whatever. Anyway, I want to read for a little bit. I have a couple of notes. I am on chapter 4 of Crown of Midnight, so I have just a few notes. So far what's happened is Selena went in to assassinate somebody, and when she went back to the castle to give proof, and she gave the king the head and like a token of whatever to prove that the person she was supposed to assassinate was actually gone. He said that there's like people inside that are giving it secrets or whatever, something like that, and she's going to be given one name at a time to assassinate people and basically get all those like rats out. So we then figured out that she is actually fake killing these people. She's letting them run away, and she's finding like a body from like, I think, what were they called? Not death houses, but it was something like that, where she'll then find a head or something like that that is very similar to that of the person that she was supposed to assassinate, and she is bringing back like the fake heads or whatever and marking them like the story that she was giving the king on like how she did it, and bringing back like the real tokens, like, okay, this person's ring or this person's this or something like that, because they just want to live, so they don't even care, they just give it to her. Also, just a few notes. Dorian had said something in here about, I want to find it, I just don't remember what it was. Oh, how different she's been since the end of book 1, like how she's just so different now, like gone were all the, where is it? I see it, I just am trying to find where it was. He's just very, he's very like thrown off by her and how she's being like, I mean, but come on, like you kind of knew like who she was, why are we acting like we're surprised? But he says, actually, for the 2 months since she'd been named the king's champion, she'd been like this. Her lovely dresses and ornate clothes were gone, replaced by an unforgiving, close-cut black tunic and pants. Her hair pulled in a long braid that fell into the folds of that dark cloak she was always wearing. But he couldn't help wondering if he'd ever meant anything to Selena at all. I don't know, like, why are you shocked? You knew who she was. Like, why are you acting surprised? I don't know. I'm just gonna read for a little bit, see how much I can get through, try and make a dent in this, and usually when I get, like, probably like this much through a fantasy novel, I start to like really get into it and can't put it down, so I'm hoping that will happen. So let's lay in bed, let's read a little bit on this crappy day. Let's go. Also, I think that Kale and Selena are gonna get together or something, because he's obviously having feelings for her, like caring about like when she goes on missions and stuff that he doesn't hear from her. So that's gonna be fun between him and Dorian. Can't wait for that. Very excited for that. Love the love triangle. Very interesting in fantasy books, because like they actually hurt each other. It's not just like, oh, my feelings are hurt. No, like there's death involved. Very interesting. Love it. Brother? It's his brother, right? He's creepy. Oh, I already get bad vibes from him. Okay, his cousin. Sorry. I feel like... Didn't he have a brother? Or am I crazy? The door, like, knocker... What is it? Mort? Yeah. The door knocker Mort. Favorite character. Literally love the door knocker. I'm obsessed. That was all. That's all I'm checking in the site. It's just like... I love it. I am only on chapter 16. I haven't had a chance to really sit down and read, but I want to read tonight. I do have a live updates here on my iPad on Notion for you, so literally, like, let me show you, like, a lot. Just an update on what I've been reading, because obviously this is a complete spoiler reading vlog. So, from the last time that I talked, she and Kayla had gone into town and they run into the Archer, and they were going to pretend like they were going to be having dinner together. So that's how she kind of like meets him and sees him and gets herself to talk to him so that she can tell him, like, run away because I am supposed to kill you. Then she goes in and she sees Catelyn, whatever her name was. I don't remember her pronunciation. Terrible, really bad at it. She's in a cell in the dungeon and she's being very weird. So clearly from the last book, like, they were giving her something that would make her, I think it was like being able to be controlled very easily and stuff like that. And she thinks that they are keeping her there to greet something when it comes. So that was scary. Didn't like that one. Also, I felt very bad for Archer. She's apparently not part of the rebel movement, but he's been hearing whispers about it from his clients, so he's going to sneak her into a party to get information on it. This movement that they're talking about, and I believe what the king is after, is about the lost heir of Terrasan? Oh my god. The pronunciation is so bad. Coming back to rule, so that was like this, it was this place that used to rule the best and they were great and whatever, and then they fell. So it's apparently this lost heir that's coming back to do exactly that and remake it and everything like that. Which was really weird because Nehemia that morning, the morning of her seeing Archer and talking about these things, Nehemia had just mentioned how great that they were. So I love her and I really don't want her to turn out bad or against Selena, but I do think that she is going to, unfortunately. Or she's, obviously Selena like doesn't support the king or anything like that, but I think that Nehemia is part of this movement. She's like the big person on this movement, and she's definitely going to be somebody on the list that the king gives her at some point. So the client that Archer has that is this that is throwing this party is Davis, and he has a book of the word marks, which are basically like spells, like I think they're like symbols with a riddle written on the side of it that says, only with the eye that one can see rightly, which is really weird. I had to write that down because that's very interesting. She went into his office, and after the party, that's where she snuck, and she found that in his office. This locked office, may I remind you? So he comes into his locked office, unlocks the office, comes in, sees her there. She tried to play it off like, oh hey, the maid let me in, I was crying, whatever the heck. So that didn't work. He stabbed her. They fought and she killed him, and he ran back to the castle. And the knife that he had hit her with had a poison that would paralyze her. So she remembers this from an instance that she had in the past. I think it's the same thing with the situation with Sam. I could be a little foggy on that. I did read this a little bit ago. She ran right to Kale where she knew that she would be safest. Love that. Then whenever they heal her, she comes back, she's all good. In the beginning of the book, she had been in the library and she had seen something like kind of weird, like kind of like a person but not a person. So she is going through the library and she's trying to figure out like what that was, how is it like that, she feels weird in there, whatever. So she finds this tapestry and she finds the secret door. She goes under, and then she finds this this door, this metal door, which I think not metal, iron door, and it basically they can stop magic. Like they don't have that kind of thing because they don't have magic anymore. So she thought she saw something behind it, but when she kind of like flashed her knife like that, she did not see anything. Like she saw eyes, and then all of a sudden it was gone. So she kind of walked away and was like, okay, peace, we'll see you later. A little bit later, Dorian's little brother comes home, so this singer is hired to kind of like come and sing to everybody, and the song that she sang was about magic, that Selena like brought Selena to tears and whatever. And then the king had her killed, and the last thing that she said was that he had killed her daughter, her sister, and then the neighbors, because the neighbors were trying to keep her safe because of like the magic. I'm assuming because of magic. And I said like, are they fae? Are they magical of some sort? Like, what is the story here? I'm so excited to know. So that's the last thing that happened. That was a very long rant on everything, but we're gonna keep reading and we're gonna see how much further I can get tonight. And yeah, so 120 pages in, not too far, but we're getting there. That she hasn't actually killed anybody. Oh my god, she just lets them go. I feel like this is gonna blow up in her face. Nehemia is talking to Dorian at the ball when he's standing by the window watching Kale and Selena dance together, and she's trying to convince him to have his father shut down a labor camp and this whole thing. So he's basically saying like he has no power, he can't do that, whatever. And she's saying, you have power in you, Prince, more power than you realize. She touched his chest, tracing a symbol there too, and some of the court ladies gasped. It sleeps in here. When the time comes, when it awakens, do not be afraid. When it is time, I will help you. And then like a few seconds later it says, and why, when she had said them, something ancient and slumbering deep inside of him had opened an eye. And I was like, ooh, the eye again, the eye. I really hope Nehemia isn't terrible because I love her, and I hope we don't end up not liking her. The amulet is going to fit in the eye like hole. Why did I not think of that? That is so genius. When she walked over to it, I honestly didn't even think about that part. Did not even come to mind. Mort is my favorite. The door knocker. She's like, so is this amulet magic, whatever. But it's thousands of years old. He goes, it's magic. Magical things rarely age as normal objects do. And he's like yawning. She goes, but what does it do? And he goes, it protects you, as Elena said. It guards you from harm, though you certainly seem to do your best to get into trouble. Like, I'm picturing him like, love him. Love him. Dorian's powers getting like increasingly stronger so far, and him knowing like, okay, there's something going on. It's stressing me out because I'm afraid that it's gonna get out of control, because every time he starts to feel something so strongly, he like breaks something or whatever, and I'm so nervous that it's just gonna like, I don't know, I feel like this is gonna go bad. But also, on the other hand, having nothing to do with that, Kale and Selena have me kicking my feet and giggling because the little birthday dinner thing that she had planned for him was so cute, like absolutely adorable. So they have me kicking my feet and giggling right now. They've kissed. Oh my god. They've kissed. It was like coming home or being born or suddenly finding the entire half of herself that had been missing. These two don't end up together. We're too early on. They're not going to end up together. Which kind of makes me upset. He would give up everything to go with her. Yes. Oh my god. Ah! Oh my god. Oh my god. What? It's another day. When I tell you that I am having a crisis, I'm not joking, right? So let me pull up my notes. Come on, thing, work. I just read something in here, right? This far through. About say a little bit more than halfway. First of all, before I tell you what I just read and freak out over what I just read, let me just go over the notes since the last time that we spoke. Chapter 25. The queen talking to the princess is definitely Elena talking to Nehemia. That was so cool. I was literally like, what's going on? So cool. Then someone grabs Kale outside of Selena's room, and I put my note, who hurt my love, because I love him. He is amazing. Love him. So we found out who had him, and it was a rebel group, and they had sent a note to Selena with his sword, like to come and get him and come alone, whatever. And when she gets there, she starts to literally like off everybody, showing everybody who the assassin is, right? So then comes across Archer, and she's like, you. And he's like, me. And then she goes like, you have one sentence to tell me something before I end you or whatever. And he goes, I've been working with Nehemia for the past 6 months. And I literally dropped the book. And then they figured out like, okay, well, an inside source told us that Kale had known that that he was going to question Nehemia and blah, blah, blah. But once we got him here, we knew that he wasn't really the one that was going to be doing it, because we all have to get there right now because I think that they're going to kill Nehemia. And then they go in there and Nehemia is dead, and I dropped the book again. Literally threw it across the room. I am so stressed out. So then she turns to Cole and she's like, you knew, blah, blah, blah. And she like lunges at him. And this is the sentence that I just read. Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? She surged again, and he lost his grip on the wrist that held the dagger. The blade plunged down and stopped. There was a sudden chill in the room, and Selena's hand just stopped, as though it had been frozen in midair. Her eyes left his face, but Kale couldn't see who it was she hissed at. For a heartbeat, it seemed as if she was thrashing against some invisible force, but then Rez was behind her, and she was too busy struggling to notice as the guard slammed the pommel of his sword into her head. As Selena fell on top of her, a part of Kale fell along with her. As Selena fell atop him, a part of Kale fell along with her. I'm so stressed out. When I read that the first time, I didn't read it properly, and I literally was like, they killed her! No, they didn't kill her, but they hurt her, but like, whoa. It was Dorian who had stopped her using his powers. Dorian, you're becoming your true self. This is amazing. I love it for you. Selena figured out the riddle thing with the eye, and it was revealed that there are 3 kind of like, can I call them weapons, that she has to go find, like one in a volcano, one here, one there, that kind of thing. And I'm at 284 pages in. I have roughly like 150 pages left. Let's give or take some. And I'm definitely going to finish this today. I can't not finish this today. I am on page 346. I am roughly on, I'm like almost on chapter 45, so I'm almost done. Last time I spoke, I don't remember exactly what I was saying. However, Selena had tried to get at Kale after, because he knew about Nehemia or whatever, knew about the threat. Like, so now they're not talking. He threw her in the dungeon, blah, blah, blah. She got out. She found out who got him, or who killed Nehemia. I did say this because I said it was Grave. So she got him. She knew who had sent Grave to kill her, blah, blah, that whole thing. Then she had dinner with Dorian, and Dorian had gone to see Yellowtail or Yellow Rag, Yellow Legs. What was her name? That crone from the circus. Her, Yellow something. He asked her about magic or whatever the heck, and then Selena had gone to see her about something else, and she's like, ooh, give me more coin and I'll tell you the secret of the prince or whatever. So she ended up killing her, and then now she went into that secret room in the basement, and she found this like creature thing, and they're trying to figure out like the crone had told her about the like basically like these, what are they called, word keys? I don't know how to talk. I don't understand the pronunciation. I'm trying my best. We're going as we're going. And she says that there's 3 of them, and what keeps coming up is the 3 rings that the king, Roland, and somebody else has on. I could be wrong. I know the king has one. I forget the other 2 people that have them. But maybe those were created from like the stone of the... I don't know. I'm just along for the ride. I don't ever know what's going on at all. Oh my god, the creatures. So Caitlin had been having headaches, you know, like that whole thing. And she was talking about hearing wings. Now Roland is getting headaches and whatever, like this whole thing. And then now the creature thing that was living underneath the library had been clawing at its head, like something was hurting in its head, and it was clearly like part human of like something. So like, is the king, like whatever he's giving them, making them turn into this? This is probably like such like an off, crazy type of thought, but it's something, and I'm trying. Archer was the one that killed Nehemia. Well, ordered Graves to kill Nehemia and pose as Councilman Mullison. I'm so stressed out. And the real reason that he kidnapped Cole, I keep wanting to call him Cole, and the real reason that he kidnapped Kale that night was to get her away from Nehemia. And when I took that arrow for you, I knew you'd trust me, if only for that night. Wow. The creature took Fleetfoot. And then Kale, hero to the rescue, jumps through the portal, leapt off the stairs, and hurled through the misty portal after Fleetfoot. This dog better come out alive. Kale too. But Fleetfoot, I hope he pulls through. Ugh. Selena was Faye. Okay, I'm just not understanding. Why is she like that in this world, but not like her own? Is it because magic doesn't, like, exist there? I'm confused. I'm kind of confused. So, I'm on the last chapter. I figured we could read together because I think that this is going to end up really interesting. She's being sent away, and it's Kale's way of, like, protecting her. So she gave him the Eye of Elena, or whatever it's called, and is making him wear, and she told him everything about the word marks, this, that, like, the little keys, all of it. So it's like his job to figure it out. And then she whispered a date in his ear. Was this revealed, or is this just me, like, and not... No, it wasn't revealed. So she is the lost heir. Maeve, Mora... Why are these names familiar? These names are familiar. Maeve, Mora, and Mab. Is this from a different book? Are the other books connected somehow, some way? I'm literally shivering. Literally shivering. Fairest eyes from legends old, the brightest blue rings with gold. Ah! No! Selena Sarduthian wasn't in league with Aelin, Ashriver, Galothianus. She was her. Heir to the throne and rightful queen of Terrasen. The greatest living threat to Adarlan. The one person who could raise an army capable of standing against the king. Oh my god. And he had just sent her into the arms of the strongest potential allies, to the homeland of her mother, the kingdom of her cousin, and the domain of her aunt, Queen Maeve of the Fae. Selena was the lost queen of Terrasen. Kale sank to his knees. I'm doing the same thing. Oh my god, this is incredible. Oh my gosh, I'm picking up the next book literally immediately. That was... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Let's chat. So, obviously, I don't know what to rate this book. As of right now, literally finished it, as you just saw, 10 seconds ago. Don't know what I would rate this book, but it was amazing. I don't know if I'd give it 5 stars, but it was really, really good. It's hard. I don't know. I'm not going to give it a rating. I'll do it on here eventually. So, this is amazing. Everything that we've learned so far. I am super excited to read the next one, just kind of like continue on with the story. It's really picking up, really getting interesting, and I'm really excited. There's not a lot that I can say because you saw all of my thoughts and feelings throughout this entire video, so nothing that I can say will be any different. So that brings this video to an end. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you all next time in the Heir of Fire reading vlog. Complete spoilers, obviously. I'll see you later. Bye.